Hi, I want to tackle the $1,000,000 question. When is it the correct time to do a perineal urethrostomy in a cat? Clearly, not with the first obstruction. Most cats will obstruct once and you'll manage the problem, and with appropriate dietary changes and so forth, you'll never see them again for this problem. We don't have a tool that's going to allow us to identify this potential repeat offender, perpetual repeat offender. So we need to use our clinical acumen. How difficult was this cat to unobstruct? That might be helpful. How quickly did he re-obstruct? How compliant is the owner? Which you may just have to deal with that as is, because you may not have any influence on this particular owner. How thorough, how complete was your management of this case when you saw him? Maybe you had some time constraints and you didn't do it quite the way you could have or should have or would have liked to have had done it. All these factors will come into play, but there's one other factor that is not in the textbooks that you need to consider, and that is, how is your client doing financially and emotionally? Do they have those financial and emotional resources to handle more obstructions? It's not easy to come home from a busy day at work, find your cat yowling in the litter box, unable to urinate, and you need to get him to the emergency clinic yet one more time, spend over $1,000 to get him unobstructed one more time. At some point, you just run out of ability to deal with the case. So I recommend that you have the discussion with the client after the first or at the appointment of the first obstruction. Not that you recommend the surgery at this point, but that you have the discussion. This way, the client understands ahead of time, before the next crisis, that this is an option, and they could have it in the forefront of their mind. And they can modulate how well they are doing emotionally and financially with the situation. And the next time the situation arises, rather than being done with this, they can select or know that there's a potential for surgery, which can help save their cat's lives. Your job in these cases is to try to get the client to say, yes, let's go to surgery, rather than, I am so done with this, let's euthanize this cat. I can't deal with this anymore. All right? Surgery versus euthanasia. Let's go save more cats.